Yo, what's good, Tackles and Tinnies listeners? Welcome back to the podcast. We're back into full SuperCoach swing. Saturday, the 14th of February. It's been a couple of days since our local draft league of 12 players. For those who haven't seen that one, go onto YouTube and go check out the pre-draft selection and the pre-draft conversation with Chris, Gaz and I. Unfortunately, 2 years in a row now, we just had one person with technical difficulties, and for some reason we can't upload their part of the podcast, which means I can't finalize the podcast to get the full hour and 30-minute draft. However, I have got requests from online to go through everyone's teams, which I'm more than happy to do, which I'm going to do right now. But just to reiterate, there was 12 people in our local draft lead. I managed to have the second overall pick, and I was an absolute shambles because SuperCoach didn't really elaborate until the day of the draft, which was lucky. We didn't know what positions in regards to the scoring was going to be affected and if all run meters were going to be included in someone's score. So guys like Isaiah Katoa, who take on the line a lot and score up the defense, some of his scores would go from 50 to 90 points. So guys like him could be extremely valuable. We didn't have that clarity at that time. So that was a big gamble for a lot of people. We did know about the new try assist rule. So centers were flying off the board pretty early on, as well as the forwards. So I'd like to go through that in detail as well and some of my thought processes. But I'll quickly go through the draft order again, and then I'm going to go bits and bobs back and forth between where everyone got drafted in regards to the 1 to 12 selection. We did a snake draft, and then we'll go through everyone's teams, including my own. Indy was the first overall pick. Myself was second. Azzy was third. Dave was fourth. Randall was fifth. Chris was sixth. Jake was seventh. Paul was eighth. Adam was ninth. Mark 10th. Morgo, who would have just seen on the Rabbitohs podcast, go listen to that one, guys, on any of your listening platforms. And Tim was number 12. So again, if you are Tim, you get the 12th overall pick, you would then get the 13th overall pick. Good and bad being early on, obviously get an absolute gun, but the depth in some positions got quite scarce at times. So I'm going to go share my screen right now. So if you are a podcast listener on Apple or Spotify, I definitely recommend you jump onto YouTube as well to check that out. But let's just get straight into it. So we're going to go through the draft as a whole, and then we're going to go look at some players who are for each team, I guess we could say. So the first overall pick was Andy, and he picked Tedesco. Safe as houses, in my opinion. Potentially some of those try assists could be nerfed. However, Tedesco, proven gun, always healthy. Touch wood for you, Andy, which is also important. Most likely doesn't play Origin. Who knows now with New South Wales losing the series again. But I think that's a pretty safe bet. Great upside, safe pick. Happy with that, number one. Obviously, it was contention with Cleary, Haas, Walsh, some other guys you could also talk about. Herbie. I loved Herbie. I was speaking in the pre-draft, guys. As you know, Herbie Farnworth was a guy that I was looking at, and I was like, F it, I'm just going to do it. Big balls move, BDE. I definitely went for it, and Herbie Farnworth was the second overall pick. As we know now, with the centers being a little bit upgraded in regards to the try assist, that left-hand side attack for the Dolphins, a lot of their forwards coming back. Katoa, another year of experience. A Fuller Smokey being at the back with Hammer on the other side. I think this Dolphin team's going to be really, really good this year. Doesn't play Origin. Overall, pretty healthy. However, did have that hamstring at the end of the year, but he is a gun. Absolute gun. I picked Herbie at number 2. Cleary went 3. Probably the best halfback in the game. Regarding the SuperCoach, definitely could have gone 1, 2, or 3. Payne Haas fell to 4. Pretty surprising now with the tackles also being included in the new updated stats. So the third man in tackle. Payne Haas, huge work rate. Could potentially getting bumped up to a 90 average now. Instead of an 82, going up to a 90. We'll see, but Payne Haas, old reliable, huge work rate. Last year, the Broncos, he's going to want to go out on a high. And I think 4th overall pick for Dave. That was a great pick. At number 5th, Randall, he picked up Walshy. Again, he's a gun. Maybe lose some of those try assists due to the try contribution rule now changing. When Walsh is on, he's the best SuperCoach player. We saw that 7-game stretch at the end of the year, including finals, 140, 130, 120, 150. Like, he's an absolute gun when the Broncos are firing, and they're tipped to be minor premiers again, if not winning going back-to-back. Walshy, great pick at number 5. Now, our boy Chris, he has gone to my nemesis in Nico Hines. The Sharkies, they're good, they're consistent. Nico Hines, goal kicks. I just don't know. I just don't know about the Sharks. Does he have that huge upside with other guys who are going above and below him? I'm not sure. Is he going to get those consistent tons? Probably not. However, I do see him averaging 80 plus. So Nico Hines, good selection there. And number 7, we had Jake. Aiden Campbell. I was actually hoping he'd fall to the second round, but Jakey, our boy, Gold Coast Titans supporter as well. Love the name. Goodbye. Good pun there as well. Jaden Campbell, number 7. Is it too high? Let me know in the comments, guys. But I actually rate the pick. He's currently in my classic team. I've been going back and forth. Great run of the ball. Always wants to peel. Goal kicks. He's elusive. He's got good runners outside now with Bremo and Keeney. Yeah, I think Jaden Campbell's going to be popping off this year. And overall, pretty durable. Scotty Drinkwater. He went number 8. That went to Paulie. Scott Drinkwater looked like he's going to be goal kicking. Has huge upside in regards to some games. Cowboys team on paper, keyword paper, is looking very, very good. Tell you what, Cowboys are, it's Saturday today. Friday night, Cowboys put 66 points on a C-grade Panthers team. Can't take too much about that. But Drinkwater, very consistent. Always one of the top high-scoring players in SuperCoach. Don't see him playing Origin. Again, one of those things to take consideration. Well, flat track bully. Terrell May went to Adam. I think that was a great pickup by Adam. We all know about him. Got 3rd overall in Australia for Classic last year. Terrell May, Payne Haas, 1A, 1B in regards to SuperCoach forwards. I think now with even the 3rd man in for the tackling, a Terrell May, gun. Absolute gun. He's going to be very, very good. Very durable as well. Big minute player. Now, Keanu Keeney went to Mark at number 10. Good pickup. Is it too high? Is it too early? I'm not sure. I think Keeney's a gun, though. I think he's going to get those attacking stats and should be better. They looked very good in the trials with Josh Hannay at the helm. Again, Brimo, JC, good forward pack with Tino there, and Fodawaker, Bo Fermor. We'll see. Keeney, did he go too high? Again, guys, let me know in the comments. Trell Mitchell went in the first round, and why are we not surprised? It's from our boy Morgan. Again, he's a diehard Rabbitohs fan. I mentioned earlier on in the podcast that we did the preview/review for the Rabbitohs. Go check that out. I love the name too, Wayne's World. It's pretty funny. Hudson Young going at number 12. Guys, that's wild. That is wild. I understand that second row's got a little bit scarce, but I think now that the forwards have been bumped up, particularly in the middles, 80-minute player, Origin level, good team. I see the logic, but I just think it's too early. We'll go through the first 3 rounds, guys, and then I'll just go through everyone's teams. So Tim went back-to-back, obviously, with the snake draft. So Tim went with Blake Brayley, best hooker in regards to SuperCoach last year. I think he's going to get even more points this year in regards to that 3rd man in tackling. Sharkies, again, pretty consistent regarding where they are in the top 4, top 6 at a minimum. Happy with that. You take that every day of the week. Keon went to Morgo. He's gone back-to-back Rabbitohs picks. Why are we even surprised? But again, Keon, good attacking stats in regards to being in the front row. Probably plays anywhere between 60 to 75 minutes on a given day. I project all his minutes to be in the middle, which is good for him. Again, 3rd man in tackling. Better Rabbitohs team. I see the logic. Now, Sam Walker has gone to Marky Mark. Too early, but again, halfbacks are pretty thin. My strategy, guys, was actually to fade 5'8", halfback and fullback. Crazy talk, I know, because generally they are high scoring positions, well, at least halfback and fullback. However, if there's 12 players and there's 14 good fullback, halfback, 5'8s, my logic was I'm just going to go big everywhere else, but we'll keep going through. Harry Grant went 16. Again, 1A, 1B, Blake Brayley and Harry Grant. Adam, great pickup there. Val Holmes went to Paulie at number 8. So he's gone back in the safe draft there. Goal kicking. Again, centers get a bump in their scoring with the try assist. Dragons should be better, you would think. He's got a bit of a hamstring injury at the moment as well. That's worthy to note. Is it too early? I don't think so. I think it was a good pickup by Paul. One of the best center wing options now, especially with his low max situation. We know what's happening there. Went to Jake. He's gone back-to-back Titans. Jake should get the dual position with Tino. I think that's going to be really, really good for him. I'm predicting that he's going to probably shift Tino up into the front row position. We'll have to have a look when we go through all the teams. Next pick was Chris. He picked up Tommy Turbo. I think that was a great pickup as well. Great runner of the football. Picking him up early is obviously a safe bet. However, injuries. Bit of question marks regarding how Manly's going to proceed through this year as well. I'm not sure where they're going to be tracking, but a healthy Turbo, maybe a bit of a stability as well now with Fogarty at the helm, no DCE drama, etc. They could be better. Turbo could be, not going to lie, could have been a first round pick if he was healthy. And a lot of things come to hand there too. Cameron Munster, pretty sure he got picked up by Randall, arguably the best 5'8" in the game for Supercoach. Pappenhausen's not there anymore. No ECAT. I think the Melbourne boys sort of deterred me a little bit now with ECAT Pappenhausen not being at the helm. I'm not sure. Cameron Munster's obviously a gun and there's only so many good 5'8s out there. But again, a position to fade in my opinion, going off, again, the logic there. Next up was Dave. He picked Dylan Edwards. Don't rate it. Don't rate the pick, to be honest. I think he could have been a 3rd or 4th round pickup, Dylan Edwards. I understand the logic that Panthers should be better, but I think he loses some points in regards to try assists. I don't see him playing Origin this year. That's a big call as well. I don't see him playing Origin this year. He could be a flat track bully. Pretty durable overall. I just don't think he has that X factor, like overall. But again, I see the logic. Fullbacks in the past have been a must-have, but again, I was fading pretty hard. Next pick was Gazzy. He picked up Marky Mark. I think that was a good pick. I think the Roosters are going to be very, very good. ECE is going to be there as well. Reece Robson giving good service. Connor Watson potentially starting to lock, so a bit more attacking upside there as well. Another year for Mark in rugby league is only going to be proving dividends in regards to his ability to be a proven Supercoach gun. Fantastic finisher, big body, hardworking. Yeah, I get it. Great pickup. Now, I didn't love my pick. I picked up Kiraz at number 2 and I was tossing and turning on where to go. Again, I could have picked up a fullback, could have picked up another center wing, could have picked up another front rower. I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do. Kiraz, however, is a proven gun. Bulldogs should be better. Alvin has another year, or a full off-season, I should be saying, in regards to steadying the ship. They're a top 4 team, and low-key was banking on Critter being at fullback. Still could be a possibility. Obviously, he's playing today in the centres. It's going to be trial watch today what Critter does in regarding that fullback roaming position. Could be a smoky change last minute. We will see. They might even be holding it back and just rip the Band-Aid off at not Magic Round, at Vegas. We'll see. And then Andy, he picked up AFB, good attacking stats, plays 55 to 65 minutes per game, can jag a try here and there. One of the better front rollers for Supercoach. I get it. Good pickup. Now we'll go through one more round here and then we'll just go through everyone's teams. So we're going back up to the draft. Andy picked up Jerome Hughes. Now with the new updated point system, Jerome Hughes actually gets less points. I think he's averaging around 55 points now with the new assist rule, which was a bit of a deterrent for me as well. But Jerome Hughes, one of the best halfbacks, probably does more attack. Probably does a bit more attack this year now with Pappenhausen out. Surefire Longo maybe more complementary to that, more with a running game instead of more facilitating. Yeah, I get it. Going back down to my pick at pick 26, I went Tarpanay. I understand he is not there for round 26 for the Supercoach draft final. However, you got to get to the final, which is a big variable as well. But I do have a strategy. I do have a strategy about the Raiders. I've got 2 Raiders in my team. One, I'm not sure if he's going to be starting or not, but we do have a flex position, which is important, and we do have an AE. So I do have a strategy, which I used last year, which was proved dividends to me. But Tarpanay is one of the best and most consistent front rowers. Big minutes, good team, can drag a stacking stat. And now with a 3rd man in tackling, I had to get a premium front rower. I love the pick. I've got a gun in Herbie at center wing. I got another gun in Kiraz. Could have waited, but I'm happy with Kiraz overall. And then Tarpanay. Kind of wish I got a second rower, maybe at pick number 2. But again, I've got 3 proven high upside plays, which is important. Pick number 3 went to Brimo with Gazzy. Don't mind that pick. Want to see how he looks at 5'8" overall. But again, can score a try. Pretty consistent overall. Has got a bit of a shoulder injury, I have heard. But we'll see. Titans should be better. Dave picked up Isaiah Katoa. Again, we didn't know about the new run meters, if they were included. That sort of nerfed all halfbacks. But again, Katoa is a gun in his own right. Solid halfback selection. Next pick was Randall. He picked up Dylan Lucas. Randall, I remember in the group chat, wasn't sure who to pick, but Dylan Lucas is a proven Supercoach gun, and now with a better Newcastle Knights team, and they're pretty much gone full ensemble today for their trial match, because obviously they're going to Vegas. Dylan Lucas watch for sure. I think Dylan Lucas at round 3 was a great pickup. Kale Ero had some injuries last year, but again, on a good Sharks team, Chris picked up Ero. Love that pickup. Love that pickup. I definitely could have gone a pick 3 with Eero instead of going Kiraz early. That was interesting to talk about. Could have gone a Fletcher Sharp. Could have gone a day for feeder. Captain hindsight, probably would have rather a day for feeder over Kiraz. I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments. Did I mark up that Kiraz pick? I'm still tossing and turning. But again, he can get a 150. I don't see day for feeder doing that. Now, Paddy Carrigan went to Jake. Love that dual position. Big minute player, playing lock. Good team. Yeah, I do see Jakey playing Carrigan and Tino at the front row position, but with a dual flexibility, that's a really good pickup there. Paulie picked up Kalen Ponga. I do believe he's not goal kicking, but again, he's pretty much the halfback of that team in the red zone. It'll be interesting with his scoring. He had an all-time bad season in regards to SuperCoach. I do see a bounce back for Kalen Ponga. So yeah, don't hate that pick by Paulie. Adam ended up picking up Fletcher Sharp. I love that pick. I don't know where he's playing, probably 5'8", but he's an Energizer Bunny. If Ponga goes down, he goes straight to fullback, and then he's a gun again. What can you say? Can't complain there. Fletcher Sharp, one of the best 5'8s in the game. Now, I was a bit annoyed here. I wanted Dave for feeder, but Marky Mark picked him up, which was a pretty good pickup in my eyes. Wouldn't be surprised if Morgan would have picked him up. But yeah, Dave for feeder, probably a steal at pick number 3. Mitchell Moses went to Morgo, finally out of the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Mitchell Moses gets a little bit nerfed. I don't see Parramatta being an absolute juggernaut of a team. Is goal kicking. There is a differentiation there. Not loving it overall. And then Tim picked up Hamiso. So Hamiso, obviously, great runner of the football, does lose some potential stats due to that sweeping play, but again, we will see. Now, I just want to go through everyone's teams, probably a little bit easier, and we'll just break them down one by one. Let's see if I can zoom in here. Adam, hooker, Harry Grant, Damien Cook. I think Damien Cook went in like round 13 or something. It was one of the last picks. I was looking at getting him, but you'll see my team soon. On the bench, out front row, we got Trey Mooney at front row 2RF. I project him to start at front row for Adam. Terrell May obviously got the bye, so I think Terrell May will be starting there, but good depth piece, Trey Mooney. Second row, we got Britton Nickera and Cam McInnes. I love that Cam McInnes pickup. He's an absolute tackle bot and should be very, very good for the Sharkies when he does return. What does he do with Mooney? I think Mooney will just come off the bench. Terrell May just goes to front row. 2 Sharkies, good 2 positions. Adam Dewey was a guy I wanted. And Adam the scumbag did it last year and he's done it again. He's picked a guy up just before I wanted him. Adam Dewey, goal kicking, should be starting halfback the entire year. A better Tigers team. Adam Dewey, gun in my eyes. Great pick. Fletcher Sharp, we discussed about him at 5'8", one of the better ones you can get there. Pretty good. Now, this is what annoys me. He's gone double center with the Panthers. Don't love that. Casey McLean is a guy who fell, and I could have got a guy like Casey McLean instead of Kiraz. And I could have got maybe a Fletcher Sharp instead. That's what I was a bit nervous about going Kiraz early, because again, Inez are getting a bump. But going Targo and McLean, I don't love the Targo and McLean pick. Maybe he could be a trade piece. Then Adam's gone Sulfar Longo. He should be better. And then Will Penasini. I do like that. Again, another center. You can see a bit of a trend here. Next up, we got Dave. He got Mitch Kenny at hooker, Payne Haas at front row, gun. Mitch Kenny tackle bot. Again, tackles third man in. He should be all right. Kickout, gun, should be good. Patson should be starting second row. Good late pick up there. Not sure what round he went. Kai Pierce-Paul, he'll be starting obviously when the bye's over. So yeah, Kickout and Kai Pierce-Paul, like that. Then he's gone Katoa at halfback, Blaze Talangi at 5'8". Good halves pairing. Blaze Talangi should be better. Another off-season with Nathan Cleary. Good run of the football. Should Jack get some try assists there. And tries. Garrick, don't love it. Don't love it. Don't know where he's playing. Probably playing at centre. So again, that should help him, but he's lost the goal kicking. So it's a catch-22. If you're starting at centre, could mitigate some of those things, but don't love the pick. Nick Meaney, goal kicking for Melbourne Storm. Playing centre. Good team. Good pickup. I like that. Now, Katoni Staggs is there. I project that he's going to be the flex position and then Jenkins will just be a backup. I don't even project Jenkins to be playing. So I don't get that pick by Davey Dave. But yeah, that's a bit of an L pick. I reckon he's going to go to the waivers and then he'll pick up someone else. But I project Katoni Staggs would go to flex and then obviously Dylan Edwards at fullback. Next teams, we got Jakey Boy. So we got Wade Egan at hooker. When he's healthy, he's very, very good. At front row, got Pat Carrigan. It's worth noting we've got one front row. So I could be wrong before, but Tino and Cotter in the second row, tackle bots, very good. Trent Liero, suspended first 2 rounds, But again, good depth piece. That forward pack looking very spicy. Tackle bot Liero should get more points. In the halves, he's got Jaden Campbell, Nick Arena. Yeah. Well, again, you punt on 5'8", to be honest. But Jaden Campbell, gun, went first in the first round. Paul Alamotti, very good on the wing at the back end of the year. I project him starting over Jenkins and the likes. Stephen Crichton could be playing fullback. I think Jake took that on board, but we will see what he wants to do with that. Great pick, obviously playing centre. Ryan Kelly, again, centre should get a bump. As much as I hated him for the Gold Coast Titans in recent years, he'll be better for the Parramatta Eels with a fresh start. And I do project him to be better at centre now with the new stats. Fullback KO Weeks and at flex Kennedy, 2 fullbacks, can't hate it. Pretty rocks and diamonds, both players, particularly KO Weeks. Can get a 17 or can get a 170, okay, depending on how he goes. I do project him to be a little bit more consistent this year now that he's pretty much locked down that position. Next up, we got Randall or Josh. We got Jake Simpkin at hooker, probably getting anywhere between 60 to 80 minutes, depending on his role. Corey Horsburgh, solid. Again, starting lock for a very good team. Can play front row or second row if need be. Now, Dylan Lucas, gun. Kind of wish I picked him up instead of Kiraz. And guys, did I muck that pick up? And then he went Zach Hoskins. I'll spoil one of my picks. There was Hosking and Matty Nicholson up for grabs, and Randall had the pick before me. I'm seeing murmurs that Hosking's going to be coming off the bench. Hosking is the incumbent, however. Trial watch for sure. Half the people are saying that Hosking's going to start. Half the people think that Matty Nicholson's going to start. I don't know. Whoever's got that starting position, though, good job. But yeah, if he's not starting, doesn't provide much value to me. Or Randall, obviously. It was 1 for 1. Tommy Dearden, gun, played very well last night in the trials. Looks like he's got that halfback position on lock. Lukey Metcalf, good pickup. But what's the point? Like, is he going to be playing flex? We'll have to wait and see because he can't have 2 halfbacks on the field. Cameron Munster at 5'8", one of the better ones you can get, so that's good. He's got 2 wingers, 1 goal kicks, one's on a good team. Now, again, the benefit has gone to the centers, not the wingers, overall in regards to the try assists and some of the tackling upgrades as well. Don't like 2 wingers, but Asako does goal kick, but he never gets the ball because my boy, Herbie Farmworth, gets it all. So interesting watch there. But he did learn from that mistake, and he got Timoko, so maybe one of those boys just comes off the bench. Good player, good team. Reece Walsh, top 5 pick. What can we say? Again, we've already gone through him in depth. Really, really good there. And then as Randall was drafting live, he gave me a shout out because I picked up Gutho last year. Again, fullbacks are getting a little bit nerfed. However, at flex position, you can't go wrong having 2 fullbacks in my eyes. Good team. My team's coming up, guys. My team's coming up. Chris, local knowledge here. You all know about Chris on the podcast. Verrills, very good pickup. Tackle bot, playing anywhere between 60 to 80 minutes. Luke Summerton is on the bench, and he played very well, and he started in the trials last night. That is an interesting watch for Chris. Toby Couchman, does he start? He hasn't been starting in the trials, so that's an interesting watch. But he does have dual position. He's a very good player, good base stats as well. Again, those new rules will help him. Bo Fermor, good attacking player for the Gold Coast Titans, plays 80 minutes. Origin level quality, love that. Isaiah Yeo, huge pickup. Love that pickup from Chris. His first overall pick was Nico Hines. Obviously, can be one of the best SuperCoach players on a given day. Cody Walker went pretty late in our draft as well. Can he stay healthy? That is a big question, but that left edge of the Rabbitohs, very, very good. Very, very good. You either cut out ball to Latrell, short ball to Dave Fafita. I mean, hell, you could do worse. Taylor gun, we already talked about him. Robert Toya, gun, obviously should get those benefits as well. Center's getting that boost. Mark being outside you. DC next to you as well. You should be doing very, very good. Another year in the off-season, another year post those ACLs. Love that pickup, Robert Toya. I was considering him myself. Maro Taulagi has had some injuries in recent times. However, yeah, very, very good origin level quality. Jesse Raymond, I've heard he's got a dislocated shoulder. I could be wrong there. Correct me in the comments, guys. I'm hearing Raymond's not going to be ready for the start of the year. We will see. But yeah, if he's playing, again, a center, they're getting the boost. Very good. Turbo, if he's healthy, he's good. If he's not healthy, he's a waste of a bench spot. It's the turbulent ride. Now, Jareem Buller, Chris, so I'll talk about my team shortly, and you can probably see slightly over that Jai Grays on my side. But Chris was looking at 2 fullbacks and someone else was looking at getting another fullback in. And I was like, shit, I haven't got a fullback yet. I had to do some Houdini work and convince them that to go a center or go a front rower because they got the base stats. Because otherwise I would have been cooked and I wouldn't have had anyone at fullback. But yeah, Dream Buller, he picked him up. It was him or Jai Gray. So yeah, Chris, well done. Dream Buller, very, very good. Now, this is the all-star team, guys. Buy me dinner first. That is my team. So Bailey Hayward, I picked him, I think, in the last round because I picked up Appy Coruscant probably 2/3 through the draft. So on his given day, very good. Can goal kick if Dewey goes down, which is important as well. Has those attacking stats, still elusive, and he loves a third man in tackle. That was my logic as well. Probably playing 80 minutes. Also important to note. Went a little bit earlier because hookers did go quite late, but yes, I was happy with that. Alrighty, just had some technical difficulties. I lost my recording. I'm hoping I can edit and put it together. But again, I just talked about Bailey Hayward. He's a bit of a placeholder at the moment, but potentially could be very, very good with the new rules in regards to tackling. Appy Coruscant, again, I'll just reiterate, huge attacking upside, could goal kick if Dewey goes down, can jag his attacking stat here and there, good run of the footy, third man in tackling. I picked him like 2/3 of the way through, but again, I just reiterated that before. Tarpanay, one of the best front rowers in the game. I am aware that he's not playing in round 26, which is the SuperCoach final, but you do have to make the SuperCoach final. That is important. Okay. But I do have a strategy. We do have a flex. We do have an AE. Okay. So I've got high upside guys in this squad, assuming that they're healthy. That could be my AE plus my flex. It could be my flex. Aaron Clark, I think I picked him up around round 5. Very happy with that. Huge work rate. Good linkman. Can get some attacking stats here and there. Big body. Third man in tackling. You know the drill. Middles are going to be a huge commodity. Love that pick, Aaron Clark. Good team as well. Now, Matty Nicholson got drafted near the very end of the draft. Again, reiterating what the Zach Hosking take was, could have been 1-for-1. I've seen Matty Nicholson training with the first team. I've heard Zach Hosking training with the first team. Every second person saying Matty Nicholson's going to start. The other people are saying that, yeah, everything's going to say Matty Nicholson's going to start. Everyone else thinks that Hosking's going to start. We will see. Just making sure my recording's good. Yep. Okay, we're still on. Now, I punted halfback and I punted 5'8". That is important. Now, Galvin should be better. Ezra Mam should be better. Both had turbulent seasons, to say it nicely, but Galvin didn't have a preseason with the team. He has that now. Bulldogs are a good team. He's very youthful. He got the best Bronco score, I think, in the NRL now. I think he beat Tommy Dearden's score. I think like 417, which is absolutely bonkers. Yeah, I think he's going to be having a breakout season. Regardless of what you think about Galvin, he could be very good. Ezra Mam, turbulent season, injuries, suspension. But when he did play, he looked very, very good. That left-hand side attack with Walshy sweeping as well. And Shibasaki, I think Ezra Mam could be due for a little bit of a bounce back. High risk, high reward. Alvin Ezra Mam, in my opinion. As you guys know, I picked up Herbie Farnworth in the very first round at the second overall pick. I'm banking on the Dolphins to pop off. I'm banking on Herbie Farnworth to replicate his season. And I think with the new try assist rule, Herbie Farnworth, going off last year's season, was averaging over 90 points. He was the best SuperCoach player to average. They don't go right. So that's making me think Herbie's going to pop off again. He could be even sweeping both sides of the ruck. Gun. Is Herbie Farnworth going too early? Let me know in the comments. Jacob Kiraz was my second round pick. Again, I'm not too sure how I feel about that. He has injuries. He actually currently has an injury as well. Question marks surrounding his availability. But when he is healthy and he's good, he's one of the best SuperCoach players in the game. Huge attacking upside. Can find a try. It's got an offload. Good tackle buster. Gun. Is he worth a second round overall pick? Not sure. Could have gone early on Kiraz. Now, my last 3 picks. Jai Gray. I picked him up probably at probably 4/5 of the way through the draft. I didn't have a fullback. It was literally the last position I went to. Now, Jai Gray, Dream Buller were potentially both going off the board in back-to-back picks, and I was the third one. I was like, I've got to say something. I've got to get my Houdini magic, got to get the gift of the gab, got to get the teacher voice going on. And I somehow swindled someone to go like a Robert Toya-esque type player because they were both thinking that Buller and Jai Gray would be good in flex. I would have been cooked. But I'm so happy I got Jai Gray in the flex or in my starting fullback position. I think that's going to be monumental for my team's success. Huge work rate, can find a try. And I think he's going to be better now. He's got full agency and trust from this coach Wayne Bennett. I tell you what, Jai Gray could be smoky. Good pick there, especially how late I picked him in the draft. Trey Fuller, question marks galore. Okay, I think he's going to be very, very good around the origin period. If he does manage to start at fullback and Hammer goes to center, I have got an absolute steal. An absolute steal. It was literally like the second last pick. I picked up Trey Fuller. If he starts, I've just absolutely blitzed this draft, in my opinion, overall. However, if he doesn't start, I've just got to wait till injury. I can't let him go because he'll get picked up pretty early, I reckon. Could be an AE nightmare with that new 19-man bench. There's a lot of variables. High risk, high reward, Trey Fuller. What do you reckon I might pick, guys, with Trey Fuller as well? And RTS at my flex position. If he starts in the wing, good. If he starts at center, even better. I want him at center. You've just signed AKP to like a 4-year deal, which makes me think they're going to start Camperera on the wing. DWZ, Dylan Wattelli, Zelezniak has been a mainstay in that Warriors team for a very long time. Great finisher, which makes me then think that Ali Leotower, who's starting there today for the Warriors at 12.40, and Roger Tuivasa-Sheck will be in the centers. I love that. Great upside in attack. If he's at center, again, steal. Absolute steal. And then I could even use an AE Nuff and try to get Trey Fuller in. Good luck beating me, boys. Good luck beating me. What do you reckon of my team, guys? Haywood, Coruscant, Tarpanay, Clark, Nicholson, Galvin, Am, Herbie, Raz, Jai Gray, Ulla, RTS? Let me know in the comments. Andy, who had the first overall pick, you got Reed Marnie. Tell you what, if he played like he did last time in the trials, he's going to be an absolute steal. He went pretty early as well. I think that's a great pickup. Good attacking upside. Amoli Olakawatu, when healthy, very, very good. Obviously has that shoulder dislocation, had surgery on that. If he's good, he's good. He's got Fogarty outside him now. Hamish Stewart might not even be starting. That could be an absolute L of a pick. If I think he got picked halfway up through the draft. A lot of variables there with Hamish Stewart. Cooper Pye, he went so early. Stupidly early. I think it was like round 4. Like shits and gigs. Cooper Pye coming round 4 was crazy talk. But yeah, if he gets a starting position, he's going to be a gun. Like he's going to be an absolute gun. But again, buy curious. It's in the name. You got to do it. Jerome Hughes, as we discussed, he's lost a few points due to the new updates in how tries has been contributed. But he had a bit of a down year as well when you think about it. Like all those injuries did not help his average. So Hughes, loved the pick. Jonah Pezzett in a barren position at 5'8", good pickup. The money man, Christian Tuipulotu. If he can stay healthy, he's great. But he had so many hamstrings. I think he had 4 hamstrings injuries last year. I love the money man. Greg Marju, base stat beast. Assuming he's on the wing. I'm assuming, keyword, assuming, we don't know. Sandon Smith and Dylan Brown are accompanying each other in the halves today in their trial with Fletcher Sharp at fullback, but obviously Kalen Ponga's got to come back in the team. If Fletcher Sharp goes to the wing, I probably project Marzu to drop out and maybe he goes to that extended bench role. I'm not sure. Too many question marks, but if he's playing Greg Marju, beast. Dom Young, I didn't even know he picked up Dom Young. Okay, Andy, you cooked that. What are you doing? Greg Marju and Dom Young in the same team. You can't have both. You can't have 2 wingers from the same team. He's gone like the Penrith Panthers with Adam, with Casey McLean and Isaac Tongo. Don't love the wingers. Center's a whole nother thing. That's crazy. James Tedesco, yeah, he's at fullback. Unproven gun. First overall pick in the whole entire draft. Love that. Sam Stone Street at the flex position. We will see. Don't love a winger of his caliber being at flex. There's probably some other guys you'll be able to pick up in the waiver wire. Maybe he looks to trade one of these guys. Guys, in the comments, let me know. If you were Andrew, who would you trade out of Marju, Dom Young, and Sam Stone Street? You're probably looking at getting a center or another high upside guy. But yeah, let's help him out, guys. Marky Mark. Okay, he's picked up Sandon Smith at hooker. Who knows? Who knows what's happening? I'm hearing Phoenix Croston starting at hooker. That means Sandon Smith might even go to the bench. Sandon Smith's solid. He's like a B-level player. Is he better than Fletcher Sharp? No. I don't know what's happening. But with the dual 5'8" hooker position, again, if one person goes down, Sandon Smith goes straight in that starting team, if not already starting. Jermaine Hopgood, base stat beast, starting at front row, dual position, very, very good. Again, third man in tackling. He's going to be a very good pickup. Gus Crichton didn't get many attacking stats last year. And I thought he was underwhelming. But if he can replicate some of that form that he had in the Australian tournament, my God, he's going to be good. Dave Fafita, that second row is looking very, very juicy. Well done there. Who's this? Marky Mark. Love that pickup. Should be due for a bounce back year. Can he stay healthy? In a better South Sydney team. A lot of question marks around Dave Fafita, but a gun. Absolute gun. Sammy Walker, goal kicking halfback in a good team. Obviously, that's worthy to note. Yeah, one of the better halfbacks you can get for SuperCoach purposes. Matty Burden, again, one of the better 5'8" in the competition. Never really great at SuperCoach. I was on absolute smoky chat at at the end of last year when I wanted Stephen Crichton to be fullback for that team, with Mitchell Woods potentially being at halfback. Mitchell Woods now has a hamstring injury, so Matty Burton's definitely starting at 5'8". Yeah, good pickup. He's a good player. Ryan Toto, base stat beast, great running meters, should be better for a better Panthers team for this year. Bobo, saw him play center last night. He's 10 kilos lighter. Does he play wing? Does he play center? That's interesting to note. Jake Everello did not do himself any justice. And Cobbo starting at center last night makes me think he actually is going to play center with Nafahu going to be outside Herbie Farmworth. Who is going to be the other center? Okay, we're back on again. I'm having some technical difficulties. Let's just blame the rain. But yeah, back on to who we got here? Marky Mark again. Cobbo, who should be there? Is he going to be center? Is he going to be wing? Let me know. That's going to be a big difference. If he's at center, don't hate it. But again, centers don't get no ball. But he was very, very good last night in the trials. Philip Sami can play wing, can play center. Should be in a better team for the Gold Coast Titans. We'll see. Philip Sami, good pickup. Good base stats. Keanu Keeney, again, proven gun when healthy. Should be one of the better fullbacks this year. He got nerfed a little bit in regards to the stats. However, you should be very happy with Keanu Keeney at your fullback. And to a peaky. Now, if he gets that fullback position, I believe he's injured at the moment for the Warriors. But if he does end up jagging that fullback position, I think that's going to be very, very good, especially being in that flex position. Yeah, you can't complain there. I'd probably drop Sami to the bench and then to a peaky onto the that center position. And then you got Stefano, again, probably plays anywhere between 45 to 60 minutes, depending on the circumstance. Good base stats, can drag a try here and there. Yeah, one of the better front rows. Paulie, Reece Robson, again, should be better. Base stats, very good origin player. Lindsay Smith, one of the better front rowers, can play for Australia as well. Good base stats. Jaden Sewer, high upside second rower in regards to scoring some tries. However, it is a Dragons team. Are the Dragons going to be good enough this year? Time will tell. Cameron Murray, second row, fantastic. He's going to be due for a bounce back year. Good base stats. I think the third man in tackling is going to help him a lot. Great pickup. Don't hate that. That forward pack's looking pretty good. Is it one of the better ones? Probably not. I think he's got some absolute guns coming up though. Dylan Brown, does he get that flex position at 5'8"? We will see. Yeah, Dylan Brown, good pickup. I do like the pickup though. Good base stats. Adam Reynolds, can he stay healthy? If he's healthy, he's good. He goal kicks. He's in a very good Broncos team. Too many injuries, but I guess that makes sense why he's got both. And I think he's banking on Dylan Brown being 5'8" by the looks of it. But then he's got DCE. Oh, interesting. What is your plan here? Are you going to make a trade or are you banking on someone being injured? Are you going to go for an AE? I'm not sure. Cherry Evans at 5'8" though. Very reliable, very good team. Valentine Holmes, we already talked about him. Center wing or center, gets the boost of goal kicking, gets the boost of the money man being outside him again this year, and gets the boost of the try assist. Great pickup. Alex Johnson being on the wing. Yeah, obviously gun left-hand side. Should be good. Dane Gagai has a hamstring injury, but he's projected to be fine. I'd probably rather start Dane Gagai being at center compared to Alex Johnston, but then you're going to have 3 Knights. Pretty risky. And then you got Scotty Drinkwater. I'm at the fullback position. Again, gun. Proven Supercoach gun, which is also important. And Kalen Ponga at flex. What do you do at center? Yeah, probably put AJ to the bench. Dane Gagai to start. That's a pretty solid team, Paulie. I'd be very happy with this. And Ponga and Drinkwater at fullback. Very good. That's a very strong team. You're going to be hard to beat, Paulie. Next up, we got Gazzy. Connor Watson, if he starts at lock, you're going to be very happy, Gaz. Very happy. A hooker starting at lock with big minutes in a very good team. Origin level player. If he comes off the bench, don't love it. However, you got Tommy Starling there as your backup. Love that. Tom Starling will probably be playing anywhere between 55 to 70 minutes. Probably get some middles with Owen Paddy going to that hooker position. Got some doggies here in Max King, Origin level New South Wales representative. Again, plays pretty good minutes. Not many attacking stats. However, again, good base. Jacob Preston, one of the better second rowers. Should be very good in regards to finding a try line. Can he stay healthy? I think he's going to be popping off this year. Jack Williams, dual position, second row, middle. Where does he play? That's important to note. Parramatta, not the best team, but he was pretty reliable last year. It looks like you got some guns coming up with Cleary, Brimson, and Marky Mark. All very good players. Some of the best players in those positions. So Cleary, obviously, proven gun. One of the best Supercoach players you can have. Does love an injury. AJ Brimson loves an injury. But again, Both these guys are at the top of echelon in their positions. And Marky Mark, one of the best centers/wingers in the game at that position. Fantastic, guys. Well done. Shibasaki, another proven gun in SuperCoach. Only going to be better now with those center points being picked up. I should have waited. I do regret the Kiraz pick now. Jake Avarillo might not even be in the team. He could be in the 19-man squad. Don't love that pick. Connor Tracy at fullback. I mean, hey, you got to get someone there. There wasn't many. I'm pretty sure we convinced Gary not to go Jai Gray, actually. So, sorry, guys. I had to get him. And then, Daniel Tupper on the wing. Again, I think wingers are obviously reliable. Yeah, Gaz, not the best team on paper, not going to lie. But you do have some of the best players in their best positions. Overall, good job. Next up, we got Morgo. Jerry Marshall King loves an injury, but when healthy, he's very, very good. Now we're pretty much going to get the Rabbitohs team here, but Keon and Tallis Duncan, some of the best players in their positions when healthy. Keon, obviously one of the best front rowers, and Tallis Duncan, up-and-coming second rower for SuperCoach, loves to hog the ball, hates passing it, but does he get any pill on the right-hand side? With David Feeder on the left, we will have to see there. IPAP, if he can jag that starting second row position for the Panthers, love it. But I think he'll be very good regardless, especially with that dual position, pardon me. Mitchell Moses, goal kicking, halfback, again, reliable, should be due for a bounce back season. Ethan Strange, gun, probably the best 5'8" for SuperCoach in the game. Good team, heaps of youth, can jag attacking stat anywhere on the park. Love that pick. Hindle, got a backup 5'8". Maybe he could be a trade chip. Do I need a 5'8"? No, I got Ezra. I don't need him. But I'm sure there's someone out there that's probably going to need a 5'8". Joel Mitchell, he was his first overall pick. Don't hate it. But can he stay healthy? He had a car complaint already in the preseason. That's huge to know. Ewan May, love that pickup. Again, the Kiraz pick. Could have got a guy like Taylor May in the team. I think he's going to be absolutely popping off this year. Taylor May, love that pick. Grant Anderson, bro, what are you doing? He's probably not even going to be playing. Don't love that at all. Don't love that. Yeah, bro, chuck him in the waiver wire. Go pick up someone else. Do yourself a favor. Iongi, one of the better fullbacks from last year. Again, fullbacks get a little bit nerfed. However, he's healthy. He's young. He should be better with more experience. And then Jackson Ford at flex. What? Don't love that pick. Again, Morgo, if he depending on the minutes, he could do well. Again, front rowers are going to get some more base stats. However, we'll see. Maybe you got some guys are going to make on the trade wire. Let's talk, Morgo. Let's talk. Next up, we got Tim, Blake Brayley, best hooker in the game and SuperCoach from last year. Gun, Nafahu White, gun, should be better for this year as well. Project him to be absolutely one of the best SuperCoach front rowers in the game. Junior Polo, again, front rowers should get a boost. It's just minutes for me. Minutes, does he get them? Yes or no? Tell you what, if you can emulate what he did in the Pac Nations, fantastic. Hudson Young, Laka Halasima, fantastic second rowers, good attacking upside. Both players could easily get attacking tries in any single game. Hudson Young obviously got picked in the first round for Tim. Leka is playing centre today for the Warriors, which is worth a note. If he gets that dual position, that could be very spicy. Could even start there. Don't love that. But definitely could play there in a pinch. Fogarty, gun, goal kicking for the Raiders this year. Should be got Olakawatu outside him. Good outside backs. I think Fogarty, very good pickup. Jackson Purdue did play centre with the starting team and then played in the halves in the second half last night. Worthy to note. I think Jake Clifford does start the year in the halves, which means Purdue goes to centre. A centre with a new scoring system in a gun attacking side like the Cowboys at the 5'8" position, which is very good. Love that pick. Great pickup. But then you got Luai off the bench. Again, I think Luai is going to have a better season playing 5'8". It should be better. Yeah, I project him to do very well this year. Better than he did last year. Bradman Best and Cooler. Two guys who are looking at my classic team. Both these guys are absolute beasts and proven guns in SuperCoach. Now with the new attacking system, these guys are going to be unreal. I love these picks. Let's maybe talk trades, mate. Hamiso and Lehigh Hopewade. Don't love Lehigh at flex since you got Cooler on the same side as him. That's a dangerous conundrum there. But again, could be a trade chip. And Hamiso, absolute gun. Can find a try anywhere in the field. Great support player. Old reliable for sure. Now that is the team. Now I'll have a quick look at what's happened so far. Oh yeah, guys. So Jake, and he was looking at players who to pick, and he actually picked up bloody Eli Katoa, who's out for the entire year. He missed the buzzer. He literally was about to press the, I want this player, and he missed out on Eli Katoa. So he missed out on the player he wanted and he picked up auto-generated Ali Katoa. That's a huge L. Ben Hunt obviously got waived. Who else? Yeah, Kelly, great pickup. Liero, great pickup. So, yeah, he's been busy. But who do you reckon's got the best team, guys? I'm going to just slowly scroll through. Going off what I can see, I actually low-key love Tim's team. Tim's got a very strong team. I think he could do a bit better in the flex position. Who else we got here? Paulie. I loved Paul's team as well. Guns across the park, especially with the two jewels. Gaz, your team's not looking too good. Andrew, I think your team is good on paper, but don't love Sam Stonestreet at flex. And you've got two wingers from the Knights. Don't love that. Who was this again? Yeah, Marky Mark. If Tuapiki starts at fullback, you're laughing. Absolutely laughing. Yeah, your team's very good on paper. Sandor Smith, obviously some variables there. And then obviously my team, best team on paper. I've got some AEs that I can potentially bring in, but my backline is looking absolutely stacked, and I'm banking on these two to have a bit of a bounce back season. Forwards are very good as well. Good base stats. Rate my team out of 10, guys. More importantly, that's what we're here for, aren't we? Chris, gun team. Assuming Verrill starts, good centers, good fullbacks. Yeah, Chris, gun team. Jake, very good on paper. Got a lot of centers. Got the two fullbacks. Same with Josh. Got the two fullbacks. Yeah, it all depends on the Hosking situation for you, Randall. And yeah, Jake, very strong base stat team. I love your team, Jake, actually, when I think about it. Thomas Jenkins, trash. Dave, get rid of him ASAP. Besides that, Josh Patson, maybe you could find a better player at the second row there. Maybe try to get an 80-minute second rower. That's probably your one critique. And then Adam, your team's very good. Maybe two trade chips. I don't love you having two centers from the same team. Bit of diversification is obviously ideal. But overall, McInnes, great pickup. Dewey, great pickup. Damien Cook, and you obviously got Harry Grant. So obviously very good teams. But boys, what do you reckon of their teams? I'll quick go over my team again. Hayward, Coruscant. I'm going to nuff out one of these guys, probably Bailey Hayward, obviously. Very good forward pack, assuming Nicholson starts. But again, I can back him to an AE. Hoping for a bit of a bounce back year from Galvin and Ezra Mann. My centers and absolutely guns. They're my first two picks. Gray, due for a bounce back with consistent minutes. Trey Fuller, huge variable. If he starts, Deloitte Steele in the back end of the draft. And Roger Tuafasa-Sheck, if he gets that center position, I think he's going to be absolutely unreal. Guys, let me know in the comments, how did I go? Who's got the best team on paper? Go through everyone's team, dissect it. I hope this helps your draft. Again, personally, depending on where you are. I know I got a guy I was talking to on Instagram just before about his draft. He's got the 10th overall pick. I would be fading 5'8". I'd potentially be fading halfback. And you could probably look at later picks at the fullback if you haven't got one of those top picks at the start. They're my tips. Go big on the pack. Stack the pack and definitely go early on the centers. Okay, go early on the centers. Wingers, you can probably fade a little bit. My Kiraz pick was probably my one mistake. But again, if he is popping off, he is very, very good. Let me know how we went in the comments, guys. Love you all. Like, subscribe, share. Tackles and Tinnies is going to be popping off in 2026. SuperCoach, all the mainstays of Chris and Jake. Obviously, we're going to get our SuperCoach savant in Adam on here and there. We're going to be doing team reveals, and I'm going to do my final team reveal next week at the end of the trials. Love you all. Enjoy your weekend.